everybody. And listen, I'm so excited to have everyone here tonight. I'm so excited to have everybody tuning in. Listen, you guys, if you know someone that is supposed to be here tonight, make sure you tag your friends, your family. Make sure that you tag everyone that is supposed to be here tonight. Listen, you guys, I want you to finish out this year strong. Did you hear me? I want you to finish out this year absolutely, positively strong. Okay. I want nothing to stop you from hitting your goals. I want nothing to stop you from reaching whatever it is that God has planned for you before 2020 is out. So tonight, you guys, is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little special, just kind of a bonus, because there are actually 5 Thursdays in October. So you guys know we typically train for four weeks, but we have a bonus day. So today is that bonus day. So what I want to do, oh, thank you, you guys. Listen, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you. Delphine said, hello, beautiful. Glad to see you're bubbly and joyful. Thank you. Listen, you guys, I literally fly out in about 2 hours. I'm flying out in about 2 hours. So I want to hop on here. And as always, I want to give some good value because I want you guys to finish out this year strong. Okay. It is so important that you finish out this year strong. Oh, Sherry said, I miss you. I miss you too, Sherry. But you know, I'm always showing up for y'all. Okay. I don't care if nobody else in the world see me. 1K, you guys are always going to see me. Creation Nation, you guys are always going to see me. I made a covenant, a promise to God to show up for you regardless, rain, shine, sleet, or snow. So that's exactly what I'm here to do. So listen, you guys, I want to see you guys type in the number 3. I want to give you 3 strong ways in order for you to finish out this year strong. Okay. I want to give you 3 strong ways for you to finish out this year strong. Let me tell you something. Games are won in the fourth quarter. Yes, let me say that again. Games are won in the fourth quarter. And I know some of y'all, this year, it started off great. Then towards that second quarter, it began to get rocky. That third quarter was like, my God, I don't know which way is up, right? But listen, you guys, we are in the fourth quarter. And let me tell you something. I don't care how far you are behind in the game, you can still come back and win in the fourth quarter. So this is exactly what I want each and every one of you to do today. So make sure you have your pens, make sure you have your papers, and actually get ready to take some notes and get ready to go to the next level. So the first thing, for those of you, you know, I do 2 things. I'm always going to give you some scriptures, and I'm probably always going to give some grandma quotes, right? So the first thing I want to start off with today is going to be Habakkuk 2:2. And so the first thing that we need to do is have a vision, right? Because the word of God says, write the vision and make it plain. Let me say that again. In order for you to finish this year out strong, I need you to write down, what does the vision look like? What does the rest of this year look like for you? I need you to write the vision and I need you to make it plain. Because even the word of God says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Can we just be honest tonight? The word of God didn't say, well, there is no knowledge, the people perish. We do say my people destroyed for lack of knowledge, but not perish, right? It doesn't say, well, there is no money, my people perish. It doesn't say, oh, well, there is no college degree, my people perish. Oh, it doesn't say, well, there is no car, my people perish. Where there is no house, my people perish. No, the word of God says, where there is no vision, the people will perish. So I need each and every one of you tonight, of all the things that I've taught, I need tonight to be that night that you take every single thing that I say tonight to the heart. And I'm going to explain why a little deeper as we go through the training tonight. But first and foremost, I need you to write the vision. That's step number 1. You've got to write the vision and make it plain. The vision is like the blueprint, right? So even when God says in Jeremiah 29:11, I know the plan. In other words, I know the vision that I have for you. I know the blueprint that I have for you. And that blueprint, that vision, that plan is to prosper you and not to harm you. Right? It's to bring you prosperity. It's to bring you good health. It's to bring you success. It's not to hurt you. So it's so important and it's so imperative that we have a vision. So tonight, each and every one of us, I want us to think about for the rest of this year, what is your vision? That's the first thing. Because let me tell you something, life is going to happen, you guys. Can we just be honest? Can I be 100% clear? Can I be very transparent today? Life is going to happen. I would have never thought that in 2 days I would be burying one of my best friends. When I tell you life is going to happen, I need you to know life is going to happen. But what does your vision say? Because your vision has to be something that pulls you. Even when life begins to throw stumbling blocks your way, even when life begins to throw stones your way, even the word of God says, listen, the enemy is trying to come in like a flood. Sometimes it seems life can just overwhelm you. But where you have that vision, I promise you will not perish. What obstacles are you going to have to overcome today? Because I need each and every one of us. I promise you, this training tonight is just so honest, and it's really a moment of transparency, and it's just being so 100. There is not one champion in the world. There is not one professional football player, NBA player, tennis player. There is not one Olympic champion, no NFL champion, no NBA champion, no tennis champion, no swimming. Nobody that was number one or nobody that made it to the top and they didn't go through trials. They didn't go through tests. If they telling you that, they're a lie. As a matter of fact, in order to go from the 4th grade to the 5th grade, you have to pass a series of what we call tests. Some cities call them proficiency tests. Some states call them, they have all different names that they call this test. But baby, until you can show that you're proficient at the 4th grade level, you will never go to the 5th grade. So what I'm trying to tell you guys tonight is whatever that situation is in your life is not there to stop you, right? It's not there to make you bitter. It's actually there to make you better. And so tonight, I need you to know, what does that vision look like? And when those obstacles come to try to stop you, are you able, are you willing to keep your vision in your mind? Because let me tell you something, vision is something that is seen with the heart. Your eyesight is something that's seen with the eyes. Vision is seen with the heart. Your sight is just seen with your eyes. So even when no one else sees it, even when no one else feels it, even when the pain feels like it's just a little too much for you to bear, keep that vision in mind and keep going and keep going. Do you think people like Martin Luther King didn't have trials, didn't have pain, didn't have tribulations? But what did he do? He continued to press forward. He continued to press forward. He continued to press forward. Hey, even Jesus Christ, are you serious, right? Jesus used to have to duck in between the crowds. Why? Because the Sadducees and the Pharisees and all these people were looking for him. So even he still had to keep the vision. He had to keep the vision. People like Nelson Mandela and all the great Mother Teresa, all the great people in the world. Let me tell you something, baby. They had to keep the vision. So that's the first thing today. I want to make sure each and every one of you keep the vision. Because if you don't fight for your business, if you don't fight for your marriage, if you don't fight for your family, if you don't fight for your children, if you don't fight for your health, if you don't fight, baby, no one else will. Sometimes you got to fight to keep going. And this is something that I just, in these last couple of weeks, I'm like, okay, God, what in the world is going on? Like, it's just one extreme after the other, after the other, after the other. But what the extreme come to do, or what I won't let it do, is stop me or hinder me. Even if I got to cry, I'm not going to cry to stop. I'm going to cry to keep going. Okay. I'm going to let the tears fall, but I'm going to keep moving forward. Somebody got to catch this word today, right? Yes, the pain is going to come, but I'm not going to allow this pain to stop me. I'm going to keep moving forward, right? There are some people right now that is saying, listen, Desiree, my income is dried up. I don't know what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. Keep going forward. Keep your dream. Keep moving forward. Keep the vision. Do not allow one thing to stop you today, right? That's number one, y'all. I need somebody to end this year strong. And the first thing you got to have is the vision. Let me tell you something. When my old job, because they called me back, right? My old job, and was like, wait a minute, hold on. You just don't let a woman that make multiple millions of dollars leave out of your corporation without a fight. And they baby, they made it sound real good. I mean, it sounded sweet. I had to think twice. I said, well, wait a minute now, hold on. I know I'm easily guaranteed six figures, standing on the top of my head, easily guaranteed six figures. But I had to fight and say, listen, Desiree, no. COVID happened, things dried up. I'm like, hey, should I keep going with this entrepreneur thing? Or I can go back here and easily make six figures like the drop of a dime. But I said, that's not what God called me to. That's like the children of Israel. Can we be honest tonight, y'all? They were delivered out of the hands of Pharaoh, and then they kept going to the land of milk and honey, and some of them wanted to go back into bondage. I'm telling you today, keep your vision, somebody. Keep your vision. Do not go back into bondage. Do not go back into bondage. Don't go back to that old stinking thinking. Don't go back to that old mentality. Don't go back to that old job. Don't go back to that old boyfriend. Don't go back to that old neighborhood. Don't go back to that old way of doing things. Listen, you have been delivered. You have been delivered. Please don't go back. I need somebody to catch this tonight, because it got hard out there in the wilderness for the children of Israel. We're not saying that it's going to be sweet. It got hard out there, and they was like, wait a minute, at least Pharaoh used to feed us, at least. And then they got to comparing what God was doing to what a slave master was doing. They were actually comparing what God was doing to what Pharaoh was doing. It's like, are you serious? But how many of us have done that, right? We can look at the children of Israel and we can talk about them and we can judge them, right? How many of us went back to the ex-boyfriend, party of one? Look, don't leave me by myself tonight, y'all. Have anybody else went back to the ex-boyfriend knowing there was nothing back there, right? Knowing you just got delivered from that, and what you do, you go back. Is there anybody out here that's going to be honest with me tonight? Is it anybody that went back to the old job? You know this job wasn't right. You know your manager hating on you. You know you're worth more than what they trying to give you. You know it's more to life than working at this job. Do I have anybody else tonight that went back to the old job, that went back to Pharaoh's house tonight? Come on now, y'all. Please don't leave me hanging tonight, right? Today, hey, come on, Mary. Thank you, Mary. Thank you. Listen, it's time for us to have the vision. When we get that vision, when we write that vision, and when we make it plain, it's no going back, right? But in that vision, I need you to recognize a couple of things, okay? First and foremost, I need you to be able to recognize the stumbling blocks that are going to happen along the way. And do not allow those stumbling blocks to hinder you, right? Allow those stumbling blocks to be a way and a method for you to actually move forward, for you to actually go forward in life, right? Now, a second thing that I need you guys to realize when you're writing the vision, see who else has already treaded those waters, right? See who else has already done those things. Is there anyone else in your industry, or there anyone else that you can kind of look up to that's done, or that's already are where it is that you want to be? I want you to look not from a place of admiration, or not because you're admiring them. Listen, baby, I want you to look and see, are there any mistakes that they made along the way? What mistakes did they make along the way? Now, that's one thing a lot of people don't like to talk about, right? What were the mistakes that they made along the way? Look at their journey, because I look at a lot of powerful men and women of God, because many of you know that, hey, that's my calling, right? So I am a pastor. So I look at a lot of the men and women of God and I say, what caused their fall? What caused their demise? What caused them to walk away from God? What caused them to walk away from the call of God that was on their life? And I look and say, Desiree, why? Because I need to make sure I don't make the same mistake. And one thing I see was them trying to go back to the person that they were, the person that God already delivered them from. So this is not a message to be preacher or anything. Those are just analogies I like to use. So y'all just bear with me. This is not a sermon or anything, but I want you guys to look. Who is it that you look up to in your field or in your industry? What mistakes have they made? And how can you avoid those exact same mistakes? The next thing I want us to do to understand this, what are you willing to commit to? Number one is, what is the vision? Write the vision. Number two, what are you willing to commit to? What are you willing to commit to today? And I want each and every one of us just to be honest, because one thing I hate for people to do, you could tell me anything, but I don't want you to fool yourself, right? So are you committed to getting up at 6 in the morning? Are you committed? You say, Desiree, look, I work a full-time job. Okay, so if you already get up at 6, then that means you need to start getting up at 5. If you already get up at 5, that means you got to start getting up at 4. Are you willing to commit to the process of what it takes? Let me tell you something. People like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and LeBron James and Serena Williams, it is not by chance. They didn't just happen to, by coincidence, be the number one men and women in their field. It didn't just happen by the luck of the draw. The lottery just didn't pull their number. No, they were committed to the process. Kobe Bryant said he used to dribble the basketball 500 times a day. Do you have that level of commitment today? Because I need you to be committed so that we can finish out this year strong. It's no more playing, right? And nobody tell me that 2021 is their year. Don't you come telling me how next year is your year and you still got time to make this year your year. You still got time to make this year your year. You still have time to make this year the year that changes your entire life. Don't come telling me how next year is your year. No, I want you to tell me, Desiree, I am committed. I want y'all to write down in the comments, I am committed. I am committed. I am committed to finishing out this year strong. And I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself. Many of y'all, I just graduated last weekend. This weekend, y'all, I'm sorry. I just graduated like 3 days ago. and when I found out that they found my friend's body, I wasn't even going to go to the graduation. I wasn't even going to go to the graduation. And then her sister, her twin sister, had to have a conversation with me and say, look, why did you want the degree in the first place? Why did you go to school all those years in the first place? And I said, I didn't do it for me. I did it for the girls that grew up like me. I didn't care about getting a degree. The degree, that piece of paper means nothing to me, right? But what it means something to is the girls that grew up without a father. Like me. It means something to the girls that grew up in the same type of neighborhoods that I grew up in, because I needed them to know that if I could do it, they can do the same thing, that they don't have to be limited by their environment. They don't have to be limited by what society says about them. They don't have to be limited by what their peers or their parents or their grandparents or their pastors or their professors have limited them to. And she said, exactly. So why would you not go to the graduation? I said, because it hurt too bad. She said, don't do it for you. Because the thing is, you never did it for you. So don't start getting in your feelings now. Don't start doing it for you now. Those girls need to see you walk across the stage. Why in the world would you get all the way to the finish line and don't cross the finish line? And sometimes the motivator need a little motivation. Can I be honest, right? Sometimes the listener needs somebody to listen, right? She said, why would you get to the finish line and not cross the finish line? Somebody got to catch this word tonight. This was me, y'all. I ain't here to put nobody else's business out in the street. I'm here putting my own business out in the street. Got all the way to the end. Got all the way to the finish line. Cap and gown. Got everything. And said, man, no, I'm not about to go through with this. Because it hurt too bad. And sometimes you're going to have to commit to the process, even in the pain. Sometimes you're going to have to commit to the process, even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes you're going to have to commit to the process with tears running down your eyes, with tears running down your cheeks, with tears falling in your mouth because they're running so fast. Sometimes you're going to have to commit to the process even when it hurts. Do I have anybody that's willing to commit today? Do I have anybody that's willing to commit today? And sometimes, guess what? You might not even be willing to commit for you. You got to be willing to commit for somebody else, because it's somebody else that might be looking up to you. It's somebody else that need to know, if Sherry can do it, I can do it. If Julie can do it, I can do it. If Tina can do it, I can do it. If Joanne can do it, baby, I can do it. Listen, if Mama Mary G can do it, I can do it. Let me tell you, somebody like Gordon can do it. I know I can do it. Come on now. If somebody like Flosy can do it, then I can do it. If we got somebody like Andrea or Carmen that don't even speak English, or Issa that can do it, baby, listen, they need to know I can do it too. Are you willing to commit? And she had to remind me, y'all, I was never doing it for me in the first place. So why would I deprive those children? Why would I deprive those girls that need to see somebody that came from where they came from walk across the stage? Because where I'm from, 1 out of 10 graduate high school. You talking about college? Baby, we 1 out of 10 for graduating high school. We don't see no college graduates. We don't see college graduates where I'm from. We barely see high school graduates where I come from. So tonight, you want to finish this year out strong? What are you going to commit to? And I want each and every one of you, find one area. Find one area. One. For those that like to overachieve, find 3. Okay? Now, for those that find one area, it can be in the area of health. It can be in the area of business. It can be in the area of personal growth. It can be in the area of family. It can be in the area of relationship or in your marriage. Whichever one of these, I want you to commit to it, and I want you to finish out this year strong. Now, for those of you, there are typically 3 main areas. One, of course, as we know, is going to be health. If your health is not right, I mean, y'all see Flosy be on me now about drinking my water and making sure I'm not dehydrated. Without good health, you have nothing, okay? You are no good to the kids. You're no good to your husband. You're no good to your business partners. You're no good to your investors. You're no good to nobody if you're not healthy. That's first and foremost. Can you commit for the next 90 days to doing one thing in the area of health? The second area, of course, is going to be in the area of relationships, right? For those of you who are married, we can say relationships, and it doesn't necessarily have to be husband and wife. It may be a relationship with your children. It could be a relationship with your mother, your parents, because if your home life is not right, it seems like everything else just falls down. I know some people that spend 10 hours a day at work. And I used to say, why do you come in so early and leave so late? And they say, because I'd rather be here than to be at home. Because at home, their life is hell. I don't want nobody under the sound of my voice to have hell at home. Nobody under the sound of my voice should be having hell at home. The second place, your home life. What will you commit to? And I'm going to share with you guys my commitment as well, right? Look, I'm not exempt. So I don't want y'all to think I'm just coming on here telling y'all something. These are the exact same principles, the exact same training, the exact same things that I am doing in my life and I've done in my life, right? That's number 2. Number 3, in your business, or for those of you that have a career. Number 3, your business. What will you commit to? Who will you commit to serving? And will you commit to serving even when it don't feel good? Even when it don't feel right? Will you commit to serving even when you pouting? I don't want to today. I don't feel like doing the video today. That's my daughter. She got the cutest little poke out lips. I wish I could do it like her. No, it don't work. Even when you don't feel like it. Will you commit to it? Because last week I could have easily said, listen, y'all, I'm literally flying in. I'm gonna cancel today's class. I easily could have said that today because tonight I'm flying out. I could have easily said, and every one of y'all would have been like, Desiree, we completely understand. We love you. As a matter of fact, people like Morandi and it was a couple of them, Joanne, and who else is in one case? Product Create. Jackie was like, listen, do you need time apart? Sharon was like, listen, girl. Dustin, listen, baby, if you need a break, let us know. I'm like, come on, y'all, let's go. Because I'm committed. Right? I'm committed. Those 3 areas. What will you commit to today? What will you commit to? And then the third thing that you can do today to finish out your year strong is to create a routine. Let me say that again. And I know for many of you, it may sound funny. It may sound crazy. It may sound, girl, I've heard that before. No, baby, but have you actually done it? Have you actually did it and committed to the process of a routine? But not any type of routine. I like a daily routine, but more specifically, I like a morning routine. Because let me tell you something, you guys, I'm able to get more done by 9 a.m. Monday through Friday than most people get done an entire day. Why? Because I committed to that. It didn't just happen out of nowhere. I committed to that. How do you still go to school full time, run a full-time business, have 3 full-time kids? I'm talking 3 full-time kids, right? And a ministry. I have a whole ministry, y'all, and a partridge in a pear tree. Because I have to incorporate it in my daily routine or I would go crazy. My routine, as many of you know, I get up at 3:30. On a good day, I get to sleep in till 4. 3:30 a.m. 4 to spend time with God, to figure out, God, what do you want me to do today? Who am I supposed to serve? What is the purpose in this day? 4:30 a.m. is when I start my first prayer call, my leadership call. 4:30 a.m. That's my actual ministry. Hey, if anybody ever want to tune in, feel free. A breakthrough experience. We love to have you. 4:30 my time. I think that's 7:30 your time if you're on the East Coast. 4:30 a.m. I'm already up teaching. That's the first prayer call. The second leadership call starts about 5:15, right? 5:15 a.m. The third training I do is at 7:30 a.m. I have a training with a group of millionaires and I motivate them every single morning. For 10 minutes a day, I motivate them and I get them going every single day, Monday through Friday, right? Now, in between the 5:15 a.m. call and the 7:30 a.m. call, I walk 3 miles a day. So guess what? I've incorporated my time with God. I've incorporated my 3 classes. I've incorporated, oh, I forgot to tell you, after the 7:30 a.m. call is typically when I meet with my business partner, or typically when I meet with whoever my staff is, whoever I'm working with. Typically, I'm meeting with Gordon every single day after that 7:30 a.m. leadership call. My first client starts at 9 a.m. But by the time 9 a.m. come, baby, I've pretty much completed a full day. I've taken the kids to get their breath fixed or do whatever they need to do, make sure that they're logged in on their computers, make sure that they're signed in and they're good. 9 a.m. I'm ready to start my day. How did that happen? Because I had to incorporate it in my routine. You have got to incorporate it in your routine. For those of you, when I was married, every Friday we used to have like date night, or, now me and my kids, we have family fun night every Friday. Come rain, shine, sleet, or snow. Family fun night every Friday, because I need them to know mommy is not too busy praying and prophesying and running businesses and helping clients and coaching, and I don't have time for you. It don't work like that, right? So I incorporate them in what? In my routine. And my kids know, even my 14-year-old now, listen, y'all gonna have to pray for me, because he's getting to the age, I don't know if family fun day is like cool anymore. So, I got to up my game up, but I'm ready for it and I'm here for it. Your routine. So how many of you have an amazing morning routine? Because let me tell you something. I want to give y'all a bonus tip today as well. A bonus tip. One of the things that really helped my life and my business go to the next level, and I know you guys are probably going to laugh, but I promise if you begin to incorporate this, you'll see a difference in your marriages, in your money, in your businesses, in your parenting, and even in your peace of mind. I stopped sleeping next to my cell phone. Kid you not. I put my cell phone on vibrate or do not disturb, and I flip it over so I can't see the light. Let me tell you something. A study has shown that a researcher had his cell phone. It wasn't even the person that was on the table. It wasn't even their cell phone. It was the researcher's cell phone. And when the researcher's cell phone went off and it lit up, the brain waves and the person that was doing the study lit up, just start bouncing off the wall, bouncing. It wasn't even their phone. And they knew it wasn't their phone. And they were still ready to answer, ready to look, ready to be just ready to go, go, go. Cut them lights off. Cut them cell phones off. Do not pick up that phone before you've kissed your husband, before you've kissed your kids, before you've even said, good morning, God, good morning, Jesus, good morning, Holy Spirit. Because let me tell you something, ain't nothing on that cell phone but everybody else's problems. Is this helping somebody tonight? Oh, that's so sweet. Flosy said, yes. Oh, that's so sweet, Flosy. Yes, how amazing. Oh, good. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie, yes. Thank you for the hearts. Come on now. Yes. Let me tell you something. Keep that cell phone away. Keep that cell phone away. There's nothing in those emails but other people's problems, circumstances, nothing else in those text messages. It's nothing on Facebook right now. I'm trying to tell you guys, listen, make sure before you start looking at anybody else's problems, answering anybody else's questions, that you spend time with you. And you just breathe. And you just be relaxed. Because chemically, that cell phone does something to our brain. It releases a chemical in our brain. And this is why we always on the go. This is why we always so jittery. This is why we always scrolling. Always this, always that. Man, the best thing I could have ever did was get that phone away from me. Another rule, I allow no laptops in my bedroom. No laptops in my bedroom, period. No laptops in my bedroom. When I come to my bedroom, it is to be a place of peace. It is to be a place of relaxation, right? Now, listen, if you count on the budget and, your office is in your bedroom, then baby, hey, go for it. I ain't here to knock you, hey, we all had to do what we had to do. But for those of you, that's a little more savvier, no laptops in the bedrooms. No computers in the bedrooms, right? Are you willing to commit with that? Are you willing to do these things? Because this is what it's going to take. A lot of times I would hear from God. Let me tell you guys something. And this is when I tell you, like, these are the true pieces that took my business to the next level, you guys. And I hope that you are not taking this information for vain or just thinking, I don't know, maybe you think I'm talking because I'm bored. I'm giving you the exact same things that work for me, so much so. When I took my cell phone out of my bedroom or flipped it over, and I would not allow myself to look at it, period, until after I spent time with God, one morning, or however it applies, spend time with your husband, your kids, whoever, in the name of Jesus. One morning, I even asked God, I was in my closet because I pray in my closet. And I was asking God, what do you want me to wear today? And he told me to wear, a lot of you see me wear a shirt that say disable your labels. So that's my youth foundation. And he told me to wear the shirt, disable your labels. And I'm like, disable your labels? I was like, okay, didn't even pay it no attention. Still haven't picked up my cell phone or any of that. But I heard God clearly tell me to wear this particular shirt. Can I tell you guys that when I wore that shirt, later on that day, I was on Fox 5 News? Can I tell y'all, later on that day, I was on Fox 5 News with my branded t-shirt, with my t-shirt, with my company, with my corporation, like with my youth foundation on it, right? Who knew that? I would have never known that. But God knew that. God knew that that was going to happen, right? But if I get up, I'm in my cell phone, or the first thing I'm laughing and joking and kicking and gossiping, first thing in the morning, I don't have that time to hear from God. And they told me, soon as this is over, we want to do a story on you and the foundation when COVID is over. You can't make that up. You can't make that up, y'all. So when I tell you that these are the things that I'm honestly telling you that not only changed my life, changed my business, changed my parenting, I promise you guys. So again, those 3 things, I want each and every one of you to make sure that we implement, because I promise, I gave you a main 3, but I literally gave y'all about 15 things to do. I gave you about 15 things to do. But listen, like grandmama say, listen, baby, eat the meat and leave the fat, okay? Take out the ones that you can take out. Incorporate what you can incorporate. But the main thing, please, if you don't take anything else, I want you to make sure you write the vision. How much money do you want to make before this year is over, you guys? What do you want to see? So at the beginning of the year, God told me to do an event on 10/10/2020, which is October 10th, which is literally in like 9 days. It's a prophetic time, 10/10/2020, 10/10/2020, which is double, 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 double. We'll never have another 10/10/2020 as long as we live, right? God told me to host an event on that day. Now, it was supposed to be an in-person event. And as we know, that's not going to happen, right? And as the time got closer and closer, I'm like, God, well, I just got so much going on. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll just do it for next year. And then I'm like, no, this is what God told me to do. So this is what I'm going to do. So October 9th and October 10th, I will be hosting my first virtual online event. It's going to be a mini virtual summit. A mini virtual biz summit. That's what we're calling it. And it's influence to impact. It's going to be October 9th and October 10th. I had to commit and say, listen, God, you told me to do this, so I have to be obedient and do it. Why? Is the event for me? The event is not for me. The event is for the people that I'm supposed to help. The event is for the people that God wants me to bless. The event is never for me. The ministry was never for me. 1K a day was never for me. Right? Product creation was never for me. It was always about the people that God called me to serve. So for those of you, I want to make sure that you commit to it, commit to the process. And I'm like, listen, God, how we going to pull this off? We got like 9 days. Like my mind is so far from this. Like I got a whole funeral. I just had a whole graduation. Doctor told me today I might have to have surgery in 2 weeks. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me right now. but I'm committed, right? I remember the Apostle Paul said, I'm persuaded that neither life nor death, look, the angels, principalities, nothing shall separate me, right? So we have to have that type of mentality. We have to have that type of thinking. We have to have that type of thought process today. Like, no matter what the enemy throws, listen, I'm persuaded. I'm persuaded, right? So each and every one of you, you guys, let us see. Do yes, impact to influence. Come on now. Yes, that eye to eye, eye to eye, eye to eye. Come on, yes, Delphine. Yes, come on, Tina. October 9th and 10th, you guys. It's going to be amazing. Yes, it's it'll be on Zoom, Guadalupe. Thank you. So here, do we have any questions, you guys, before we get out of here? Any questions on the routine, your vision? Anything that we covered. Does anyone have any questions tonight? Was this good? Did you guys enjoy this? I always want to try to make sure I leave some time for Look, Tina said don't be live streaming. Listen, Tina, girl, I said I'm a die inspiring. So if I got to do it from the hospital, if I have to do it from the wherever I have to do it from, look, I am committed. I'm persuaded, right? That is so awesome. Oh, thank you, Guadalupe. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, Martha. See, that's why I do it. Martha said this was needed. I'm so glad, Martha. Thank you so much. Honey, this was just worth everything in the price of gold, right? How do you make sure you have enough sleep? I know that's right, Delphine. Look, Delphine, when you get the answer to that, girl, you let me know. No, I just try to go to bed early. Like most people, honey, I'm in the bed by like 9 o'clock. I'm so not like your person that's gonna stay up late. I'm in the bed. I try to be at least by 9 o'clock, except for on the weekends. Yes, please put yes, Deborah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So glad to see you, my love. Yes, put us on the calendar, girl. Oh, is it Flosy? I always call you Flosy. You don't mind. I think it's Flossy, but I always call you Flosy. Uh, Viviana, I'm sorry. How many hours do you sleep? I don't know. Let me see. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. That's about 6 hours, maybe six and a half. Yes, come on now. Yes. Deborah said, listen, I'm committed. I decided and declared. Yes, yes. Come on now. The impact. Oh, Tina said, how do you get it? Oh, yeah. So I'll get you guys the information. Just give me a couple of days just to kind of get everything from the funeral squared away. And because, like I said, I'll be preaching at my friend's funeral in a couple of days. So let me just get that out the way. And I'll promise, you guys will always be the first to get the information. And then I'll give you the information for the influence to impact. Yes, Deborah said, I will write the vision, make it plain. That's right. Thank you, Flosy. Thank you. I just love you, Flosy. There is a flow to Flosy. Hey, flow to Flosy, right? Thank you. I love you guys. I love you, ladies. So if that is it, if we don't have it, oh yes, Mary, that is so sweet. I would love for you to pray for me. That is so sweet. Yes, launching the book. Come on, Flosy. Please let us know October 29th. We are excited. We would love to support you. And you guys, please make sure you let me know or let us know when you have any launches or when you have anything going on. Definitely, try to let me and Gordon know so we can also, get it out and try to support you guys as much as we possibly can because we love you. We believe in each and every one of you. Like, this is not a one-way street. We're here to support you guys as well. Oh, Charlene said you're such a blessing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Delphine. Awesome. So, all right, everybody. I love you guys. I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, this is the time for us to finish out this year strong. Sevji, how are you, love? Thank you. I know it's like 2 in the morning your time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, my darling. Yes. All right. So I love you. And remember, you guys, finish this year out strong. Need prayers also. You know, that's right. We are your family. That's right, and we love you. Oh, thank you so much. Close out. Please look at my new cover photo. I'll post it again tonight. Oh, okay. Sherry. Well, I'm gonna try, honey, but again, I fly out tonight, so I might not be able to might not be able to look at it tonight. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm gonna try my best to. Look, this is going to be a busy. I'll probably maybe get back settled Monday, you guys. So I'll be a little more attentive Monday. Oh, love you, this Ricky. Thank you. That's right. Finish out this year strong, strong, strong. I wish my son was here, y'all. He have like these little muscles. They are adorable. You can't tell him he's not. Like, you know, like a muscle man. Like the muscle is like this big. That's about this big. Okay. All right. But I love you, ladies. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you on next Thursday. Remember, finish out this year.